Welcome to the Once a Metro Let's Play FIFA. I'm not Jason Iapico. I wanted to be New York City FC, but whatever.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, they're in rest of the world.
Yeah. So apparently, they're not gonna add the NASL to FIFA next year.
I saw.
It's kind of stupid if you ask me.
You think Dane Richards is gonna be starting? Salzito's obviously not. He shouldn't even be on the bench. Lugandula, he's 67 overall. Jeez.
I have no good players.
You have David Villa for skills. I have no
That's
skill.
it. That's
I have
it.
no
I have
skill.
David Villa.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to start Grella.
Well, you're the one that does the lineup predictions, so.
Zubar, probably not. Alright, it's gonna be Miazga. Is he even in the game?
He should be.
Bover shouldn't be in the game.
Might
Bover
be.
plays on the Cosmos B.
Oh my god, he's so slow.
EA Sports live coverage of this friendly. Here's your comedy team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Heimo Waschenschneider is the referee today.
Already. Oh my. Ugh.
If that
See-
happens at Red Bull Arena,
If that was David Villa, then
you started
it
him,
might
right?
be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Is he supposed to start?
I hope so.
It'd be terrible. They're gonna want him starting. New York versus New York with all this hype going on.
Oh.
Sasha, I wish he was. He needs to push more up in real life, I think. I forget who said that.
No, yeah, I definitely agree.
One of the a Red Bull friend tweeted me not too long ago, and he thinks that the Red Bull should go after another striker as a DP.
I don't think so. Unless
But
they
that
go
would-
back to 4-4-2.
Yeah, that would completely change the lineup.
There's no way that's not a penalty. Oh my god.
I don't know if it would, like, I understand why they would make Bradley Wright Phillips a DP, because, I mean, he could have went somewhere else after his amazing year. But to do it only after 1 year of playing with the club, is that normal?
I mean, you always hear about players, like, overseas getting big contracts after, like, one good season. So, it wouldn't be surprising at all if, BWP got a new contract, like a designated player contract. I don't think he would be making, like, Henri money, but he definitely, I would say he deserves it.
Yeah, what's he have, 2 goals so far this year?
I think so. And that's, like, without, like I was saying, like, in my Pirlo article, like, he definitely thrives with, like, a really good passer.
Get it out. Get it out.
Oh, he's the type of player that needs, like, a good passer to feed through balls on him and whatnot. And I think Pirlo could be that player. Or maybe even Kevin Prince Boateng.
That would be crazy. I don't know if he'd be a ticket seller, though.
He was pretty big back in his Milan days.
To the casual soccer fan, would he be known? I mean, I obviously
I think
know
so.
'cause I'm a Milan
I
fan.
think so.
I personally didn't know him until he
Oh,
played
yeah.
for Milan. That was just me, but I also didn't start following Milan.
Well, yeah,
until
that was
2011.
his big breakthrough club, really, was Milan.
Won a title there. Yep. What is up with Miazga's hair? That looks awesome. He doesn't wear like that, though. Oh no!
What's that?
Was that Martin's? No, it was Question.
Oh my.
Wow. I don't know if Sasha would score. That was a bullet.
Yeah.
Well,
that was-
hopefully. The good part is, since I'm playing with the Bulls, it's like I actually want to win. Because if I was playing,
What is my goalkeeper
FC
doing? He just. Oh. I can't take anything there from that shot, but. It's a suspect keeping right there.
On Red Bull Rant, they predicted that the Red Bulls were going to win like 4-0. I think it was Truman said that. It was
Wow.
either Truman or Pat.
I think it's going to be, like, pretty close. I'm going to say, like, 2-1. Or maybe even 2-2. Oh, Villa.
I was just thinking this morning. I think it's going to be 2-0, personally. Red Bulls. I think New York City FC are on a
Oh, Discord.
seven game winless streak. Oof.
No way.
I'm not a big mixed Discord fan.
Really? Wow. He's definitely one of the best talents for the USA right now. I think he can definitely like be like a Bradley type player.
Of course, if he was a Red Bull, I'd be a Mix fan. But his goal opening day was really nice.
Well, it's kind of like me. Like, I'm an Arsenal fan, and now that Yedlin plays for Tottenham, it's kind of like I want him to do well, but I don't want him to do well for Tottenham. So
How much is his Tottenham card going for? An FUT hit.
a lot. I think it's like 30K.
FUT hit. I mean FUT. Really? I think his Sounders card's like 20. Chris Duval obviously going to be starting, unless what happens against. I mean, we were totally off with the lineup prediction against New England, but that was my fault. I was not expecting. Ooh, Bradley. I was not expecting them to do that. Like, totally different lineup prediction. Connor Lade started.
I'm surprised Connor Wade hasn't played like as much as he has recently.
I've always liked Lade.
Yeah, exactly. He's a hard worker. He definitely puts in his all every game. Which I mean, he might not do the best, but he's definitely a player that's definitely good to have in the squad. I don't think they should ever get rid of him.
Yeah. Even if they want to drop him off onto USL. Even though New York Red Bulls 2 is more of like, would you say that's their like second academy?
I wouldn't. It's more like reserves, honestly. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Yeah, it's more like reserves, really. Cause like Jean Baptiste, he's there. He's not really an academy player. He's just kind of a. He's more of, I guess, a reserve player.
I thought that was going.
That was pretty close.
I agree. Chris Duval actually has like a lot of pace in real life and in this game.
He's not too fast in this game, but yeah, in real life he is pretty quick.
Yeah, they had in the Rapids game, they subbed in Dane Richards, and then they had Richards, Sam, and Duval all on the right side.
Yeah, Lloyd Sam is very underrated in this game. He's only like a 69 overall or something. And he has like 82 sprint speed. Just not enough at all.
He's definitely top 3 New York Red Bulls right now.
Definitely.
He might,
especially even the past few seasons, he's been like fantastic. Ever since he came here, he's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, I remember him getting like first subbed on. I was at the match, and everyone's like, "Who's that? Who's this Sam guy?" And then everyone's like, "Oh no, his pace." He might even be better than Bradley Wright Phillips at the moment.
I guess you could say that. Oh, David Villa. Oh my.
Oh
no. I think like Wright Phillips is getting autistic this season. Like as I said before, he really needs a passer. Like I said in my article, Question, he's a good passer. Dax, Felipe, they're all good passers, but they're not Pirlo level. They're not like world class, like top of the line passers. That's something the Red Bulls need.
If Pirlo came to the New York Red Bulls, it would be easily the greatest signing.
Yeah, I think the Henry signing was. I think that was better just because it kind of it was like one of the starts of big European players coming over. Obviously, he had Beckham before him, but like Henry's pretty high profile player, and he's kind of the beginning for the Red Bulls, especially. So.
Yeah, Henry is definitely, as of right now, the number 1 player. Pirlo is another one of those legendary type players, and without Henry, I don't think the club would be what it is today. He put them on the map, basically, as the Red Bulls, after the Metro Stars era.
Yeah, I think it was him and Juan Pablo. Yeah, those are 2 legends in the red and white.
Not a big Marquez fan, personally.
Yeah, I'm not a big Marquez fan either. I think I've had like 10 shots and none of them have went in. But I think Marquez, he was so lazy, and everyone always applauds him for being a legend. I don't. Like, I think he was very good for Barcelona, but
very dirty player too.
Yes, yeah. Especially, was it him that threw the ball at the referee?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Started that big fight with LA.
Yeah, I kind of hated him for that.
Ooh,
there we go,
okay.
David Villa. I think it's really important that David Villa performs against the Red Bulls. Obviously, I'm a Red Bulls fan. I'm wearing an NYC FC shirt, but I think it's important that it's a good game because that's the MLS kind of wants a rivalry right now, and I think that's the best way for them to get it is by Villa performing and putting in a few goals.
Do you think it's gonna one day be a bigger rivalry? I can't pronounce that word. Than DC?
No way.
I agree.
Like DC goes all the way back to like the beginning of MLS.
Exactly. I can see it being another Philly type, or maybe even a New England. New England, I would say, is number.
Oh yeah, the
number
Philly
two.
rivalry is a
Number two, three.
pretty big one. So it's definitely going to be that level, but I think it'll take a little while for it to reach that level.
Yeah.
Because right now, like NYCFC, they're just a brand new team. I don't think they can just come in and be like, oh, we're your rivals now. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for a rival. And do they have anyone besides the Red Bulls that they're eyeing for?
I don't think so, honestly.
Orlando?
I think maybe New England, but I mean, because I guess there's that New York and Boston rivalry that everyone always goes on about in like almost every sport, and obviously the Red Bulls, that was a fantastic build-up. But obviously like the Red Bulls, they're rivals of the Revs, but I think NYCFC could have something similar.
Dax started that whole thing and ended it. That was nice.
That's his work rate kicking in. He's definitely the engine of the Red Bulls.
Great move by Jesse Marsh to promote him to captain this year. I could see why, Petke couldn't do that. You're not going to tell Thierry Henry or Tim Cahill that,
Whew.
like, is Dax homegrown?
I
I think he was just
don't
brought in.
I know. I'm pretty
He's been on
sure
the team forever.
he's been in like MLS his entire career. I think he started off at Dallas and then he went to DC.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
really...
I remember the big trade. It was De Rosario for McCarty, and everyone lost their minds. They're like, why would we trade De Rosario? He's like one of our best players. Then it turns out De Rosario's kind of... I think he's in Toronto right now. I don't even know if he's doing anything there.
I don't even know if he's getting started. He's
Yeah.
obviously not.
I mean, granted, he is like 35, but I think with the McCarty trade, we definitely got out with that one.
I wouldn't mind him becoming a Red Bull again. If
I don't know.
Lumendula
He's too old.
goes away.
That's it. That's the only problem I have. And like he's almost the same age as Lumendula. Like Lumendula is like 37. De Rosario is 35.
But if Lumendula decided to retire, would you mind D-Row on the team as a super sub?
I don't know. I think at that point, I think that's where like the Kevin Burns Boateng rumors are pretty useful, I guess you could say, because he's a pretty similar player, I guess. I mean, obviously Boateng's a lot more physical, but he's good in attack. He can like finish plays and start them. I think, arguably would be a better signing than Pirlo just because of how young he is. I think he's like 28 maybe. He might be older than that, but he's not old. He's not as old as Pirlo. And that's something that the Red Bulls need is youth.
You brought up a good point the other day with Kevin Prince Boateng only being 28. It would be, I mean, he's coming off, what's 27 usually the prime?
Yeah. A lot of people, like, even for midfielders, like, you can be in your prime well into, like, 30s.
Yeah. 27, 28, 29, 30 start to decline a bit. So it would be a huge signing because if he enjoyed his time in New York, he would definitely be on the team for a while. But he's a player that likes to move around also.
Yeah, exactly. I think he could be also like what Defoe did, just use this as like a stepping stone, which I think I'd be alright with that as long as like we actually got profit from that and we actually spent that money wisely. I think if we just kind of said, oh, okay, we got the money for Boateng, now let's just blow it on other, I don't want to say mediocre, but not as good MLS players.
Now, I read, I believe it was a Once a Metro post. If it's not, I'll correct myself later in the comments, that if we were to get Boateng, it would be Henry plus Cahill money. So those two players combined is how much he would want.
Yep, that's not surprising at all. He's played at Milan and Schalke. Those are two pretty high-profile clubs. Obviously, Milan is, like ex-Champions League winner. But, I mean... He would cost a lot of money, but I would definitely say he's worth it.
So you think Henry was a bigger signing than Pirlo if we were to get Pirlo?
I would say so. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I could see it going both ways. They're the same level of. Everyone knows Thierry Henry. Everyone knows Andrea Pirlo.
I think there's something that the Red Bulls should also look into. I was actually thinking about writing an article on this. Is signing younger European players. I think that's like obviously you want to focus on developing American players, but if you focus on developing European players too, then you'll have like more Americans will look at coming to your club. Obviously, if you we won't have ever like a La Masia type system in the U.S. just because of like how our sports work here with college and everything like that. But if we can build something like closer to that, like if we have like youth facilities kind of similar to your average like Premier League team or something like that, then I think we could definitely attract more American youngsters. Like I don't want to like obviously like Memphis Depay went to Manchester United recently. I think it was like £25 million.
Yep.
And like that's the type of player that won't come to MLS maybe, but like a player like a little step below there that's still pretty young like him. That's the type of players that maybe the MLS should focus on signing now.
All right, last question. Thoughts on a U.S. relegation promotion?
It's never gonna work. Maybe in like 15 years, but as far as I'm
2050
concerned,
or something.
yeah, I can't ever see it working just because the thought of like if the Yankees ever got relegated, like let's say they implemented that into MLB, I don't think people will be like, well, they're not in the MLB anymore. I might as well go to a Mets game. Like people just won't go to the games. I don't think. I mean, you'll have a few diehard supporters. Like obviously the South Ward would go to every game no matter what, but there'd definitely be a lot less attendance, and I think it would be kind of a train wreck.
Someone brought up a good point. They're saying the comparison between the Premier League and the Championship, between if you were to do something like the MLS and USL or MLS and NASL, is the MLS obviously doesn't have as much money as the Premier League. So when a team from the Championship, let's say for example Leeds United or even a lower level Championship team, becomes a Premier League team, all that money is brought into the club for new stadium, new kits, etc., higher level players. Whereas the MLS, if they were to bring up, let's say the Harrisburg City Islanders, they don't have that money to build a new stadium or bring in a whole new club. So yeah, I agree. All right, well, this has been Once a Metro Let's Play FIFA. Let us know if you like this kind of style videos. Jason Iapico's been doing this beat for a while now, and he might continue doing it. We might do it. We might switch every other week. So let us know what you want. I mean, it's not like a vote or anything, but just let us know how you like your style videos. So yeah, I'm Bobby Celentano.
I'm Anthony Terminelli.
This is Once a Metro.